So, Cute Girls Doing Murderous Things the anime has arrived with ninja and assassin under one roof. Comes to us from Studio Shaft, but you would swear it was Kyoto Animation. Like, this is the Dragon Maid art style, but with people killing people and disposing of bodies by turning them into leaves. They caught 3 bodies this episode. The first couple of times I happened, like, oh, it's kind of humorous, but I'm sure they're fun. But then, like, let me paint you a picture. When is the last time you saw some high school student interacting with who you might assume to be a best friend or at least a general acquaintance in their day-to-day life? She's like very overly meme energy, like, oh my god, I'm thinking of all these lewd things that her and her roommate must be doing. You're like, okay, she'll be like that over-the-top fun character. And then the phone rings, it's like, oh, okay. We got our target. It's her father. No hesitation, just jump cut to dead body. Please dispose. Get rid of it. I assumed it would be a lot less violent because of the aesthetic, but we're out here slicing and dicing, and then using an assassin or a ninja to basically cover up our assassin duties by turning them into a pile of leaves. We might be looking at one of the greatest anime this season, and you bet your ass I'm going to be here for more. Want to see my full thoughts on these episodes, support my work, we do got the Patreon, full and get live reactions over there exclusively if you're so interested. Seriously, if you didn't tell me who the studio was before I watched it, I would have assumed Kyoto Animation. It really does remind me of like a Dragon Maid aesthetic. There are moments that are very Shaft influenced. Like, if you've seen the Monogatari anime, like, there's this one scene where, like, she's overly explaining things and a character's running through a forest. Like, that's a Monogatari scene if I've ever seen one. But in general, it it reminds me of Dragon Maid, and I love that personally. Like, they start the episode off with this old 80s style of animation of our girl running and trying to, like, it literally is how anime used to be animated. And often a lot of shows still animate things similar to that, but it's just so funny going back to the past, and then just she's like laying in the alleyway, you think she's dead, and our girl just kicks her like, oh, a dead ninja, boot to the gut, and she's like, bitch, what the hell, can you at least feed me? She's a psycho. The assassin is literally a psycho. She is a straight bully. If they commit to the Yuri implications, she is definitely the dom in this relationship. But I gotta admit, this ninja, there's not a single thought behind that gaze most of the time. So, there's this whole ranking system of assassin bullshit. She's like 200 and something, and I guess like the way you rank up is not only by killing your targets, but by doing it the way the client wants it to be done. So I imagine if they said, hey, I want you to kill them by making it look like a hit and run, I assume if you don't make it look like a hit and run, you're going to get penalized. But there's also, like, if you use the services provided to you by the assassin organization, so cleaning services, food, disposing a body, kind of reminds me of John Wick when you'd have the cleanup crews get rid of John Wick's murderous sprees, then obviously you're not going to do as well. Insert our ninja girl who's essentially like just free labor, because now we're not going to have to use our phone for the cleaning services and the like. To be fair, I don't even think she used the cleaning services, because the first time we see her apartment, it's literally like a neat room. You knew it smelled god-awful in there. But either way, I wasn't ready for how good this show is. Not only do we now have at least 2 shows that are just peak comedy between Witch Watch and now Ninja and Assassin, we also have something that is a legitimately fun and different story than what you would expect. Like, often when you have shows with this type of aesthetic, maybe there will be some action that is good. Hell, even Dragon Maid had some action scenes that were very good. And there was insane fight. Like, there's literally, the intro fight of this episode is similar to Yaiba, the anime Yaiba that's airing on Saturdays. That's how good the animation was for kunai and everything else being thrown around. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't expect a show like this to be violent. And that's why initially when it's like, haha, she killed them, I'm like, nah, they'll get back up and then they just get rid of their bodies. I'm like, are they gonna come back? Maybe, but it doesn't change the fact that she killed that dad. That has to be one of the most sick things I've seen, and I love it because that's the biggest surprise of this episode is how you have this overly weeb character of like, all she said was, I'm living with a relative. And she's like, oh my god, they're gonna sleep together. And I'm like, where do you get that implication? How do you jump to that conclusion? How deranged must you be to be like, living with a relative, they banging? And they just overly commit to her being an absolute degenerate, only for us to say, oh, sorry, boss, we have to kill your dad. We're gonna come into episode 2 and she's gonna be bawling about how her dad's dead, and we're gonna be like, yeah, that sucks. So anyway, what's for lunch? Like, I mean, I understood, like, we were probably gonna have cute girls doing murderous things, but I wasn't ready for them to actually commit to it as hard as they did. Nor was I expecting the straight up, like, I guess I was under the assumption these two would be like, quiet girl who kills, and overly cute girl who does ninja nonsense. I don't know. I wasn't expecting ninja nonsense meets dom mistress who's gonna step on you, bully you, make you say, oh, you're starving? Watch me eat. Beg for it. Now, go get your refill, puppy. I'm like, what are we watching here? Where has this show been all my life? This shit just speaks to me. It is hilarious, well produced, and to be honest, you know, it's kind of interesting because Chef kind of disappeared for a bit, and then they were like, hey, we forgot we had Monogatari to adapt, so we're gonna do that, and now we're just gonna keep producing great shit again. I don't know what happened to them as a studio, but I'm so thankful they're back from seemingly the dead, because a lot of the stuff they've been doing, you know, prior to the last Monogatari anime they made a couple seasons ago, really wasn't my cup of tea, but they back with a bang. And if you know anything about me, Shaft is one of my favorite anime studios. Like, they're in the top 5 for me, and they're just absolutely cooking. This is a really difficult season to pick like a top 5. Hell, even top 10s are going to be a little more difficult because there's a lot of legitimately great shows. There's not really like that one show that's solo leveling big, but there's like so many great 8 to 9 out of 10 first episodes that just are leaving me wanting more. But I will say this is probably in like my top 3 visually looking shows of the season. I like it that much, and to be honest, this is one that I'm not going to be surprised if it does compete for my number 1 spot by the time we get to episode 12. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below, whether if you went into this one blind like myself or you've been anticipating this one, how did it deliver for you? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll just give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Nathan Matthews, Karasu JP, Jonathan, Earl888, Austin Citizen, Nicholas Geishert, Eric Cheeks Robinson, Guy Palace, and we also have Shareable Cockris. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and I guess be careful who you be friends with, because you never know if they'll assassinate your father. Have a good one.